In the video game industry, it is challenging to do better than what the Assassin's Creed games did, one of the most popular series of games of all time, with over 200 million copies sold worldwide.
Died and been reborn.
I mean, after all, the series is known for its epic historical settings, engaging gameplay, and immersive storytelling. But is that all? Because behind the scenes, there is a secret that contributed to the success of AC games. I'm talking about the game engine, the Anvil Engine. The secret weapon that Ubisoft has been using since the beginnings, with Altair in the first AC game up to the adventures of Basim in the impressive world of AC Mirage, or even in the other games from the legendary lineup of Ubisoft, such as Rainbow Six and Prince of Persia. So what is the story behind this engine, and why Ubisoft decided to build this engine instead of using any other engine, and was its success a blessing or curse in disguise? Before the point in time when the game engine officially received the name Anvil, let's go back all the way to the early days in 2006. Back then, Ubisoft was developing an engine that they codenamed Scimitar, an engine that would let them build huge environments and fill them with a large number of characters. This tool was named after a single-edged sword that is popular in the Middle East, South Asia, and North Africa. The goal behind this engine was to be first used in Ubisoft's brand new IP, which at the time goes by the name of Assassin's Creed, a game that was released in 2007, and later on to be used in the 2008 reimagination of the Prince of Persia video game, which explains the name Scimitar since it was a weapon that commonly appeared throughout the two series. According to Patrice Desilliers, a former creative director at Ubisoft Montreal, the engine was developed with the assistance of Autodesk's Human IK middleware. Fancy names aside, this served as a method to accurately calculate the position of the character's hands and feet in climbing and pushing animations. It sounds familiar, right? Because it is the fundamental element of the Assassin's Creed gameplay that we both know and love, and today, this is what made them fun and unique games to play. But how did the name of the engine become Anvil? Following the release of the first Assassin's Creed game, I think most people would agree that it has revolutionized the game industry, thanks to its interesting style of combat, parkour mechanics, and fascinating open world. So it was clear for Ubisoft that what they had in their hands was the key not only to a fortune but also glory. And the secret to reaching this goal is what made the first game successful in the first place: the Scimitar engine. In anticipation of the release of Assassin's Creed 2, which came out in 2009, Ubisoft Montreal dedicated efforts to further refine Scimitar and improve the different aspects of it, such as lighting, reflections, NPC intelligence, and introducing day and night cycles. And that was when the name of the engine was officially changed to Anvil. But was it worth it? To be fair, it was more than worth it, because Assassin's Creed 2 is often considered to be one of the best video games ever, and sold more than 9 million copies within 6 months of its release. Besides, it is often considered the game that brought Assassin's Creed series to the masses. And about this topic, Patrice Desilliers, the creative director of the game, stated in an interview that he gave to Engadget.com website, "Anvil and Scimitar are the tools in the engine. It is like two names. We worked hard on the lighting system, and we have redone the entire AI engine to give programmers and level designers and people on the team more flexibility to build new missions and mission types, in addition to new archetypes." After that release, it started to become clear that the Anvil is more and more inseparable from the Assassin's Creed franchise, given that the engine was built with the game in mind. However, for Ubisoft to keep its competitive advantage, the engine had to keep receiving updates. The revolution began with the Assassin's Creed 3 game, with the introduction of a new version of the engine called Anvil Next, a much more powerful build that demonstrated insane features for its time. It was able to handle the densely populated battlefields, forests, and cities in the game, along with the introduction of GI, fluid animation, dynamic weather, and much more. This pattern kept happening throughout the rest of the series, since a few years later, with Assassin's Creed Unity and the release of the new generation of game consoles, we witnessed yet another update of Anvil, called Anvil Next 2.0. This engine was able, for example, to automatically generate structures such as buildings by following specific design rules and temples, which reduced the amount of time and manual effort that was required for artists and designers to create a complex urban environment for video games. Then Ubisoft rebranded it for simplicity to be called Ubisoft Anvil, and has been in use for the AC franchise ever since the release of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but also in some of their other games, such as For Honor, Rainbow Six, and the upcoming Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time remake. What some people will tell you is that overstaying your welcome always ends up badly. And while it may not be always the case, for Anvil, let's just say it is starting to appear around in the horizon. There is currently a heated debate in online forums about the engine's quality, and a part of the community has already started turning their backs on it. It's like this user who wrote, "Since AC1 until Mirage, Ubisoft has been using the Anvil Engine, but they modify and update the engine to innovate the games, whether graphically or gameplay-wise, with many games being created on exceptional engines that are high-tech, like Ubisoft's Snowdrop. Why is it that AC, which is their best franchise, not using the best tech available?" But what made this engine, which was once cherished and loved by everyone, into an infamous engine in the eyes of many? Well, there are still a lot of fans who support this engine, but I would say what made it fall from popularity is what made it popular in the first place, which is innovation. But nowadays, I would say this is lacking, as it could be seen in the comment of this fan who said, "They have been using the Anvil Next 2.0 since Unity, which is why there haven't been any real giant leaps in visual fidelity from title to title, including Mirage. Until they move into another engine, it will be more of the same, unfortunately." With a drawback like this, and worries from the fanbase, it is easy to imagine that this could be the end of what is already an iconic game engine. But is it actually the case? Well, not really, because according to the CEO of Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot, innovation in gaming often happens through innovation in technologies. It is thanks to the innovation approach we had with Anvil and the first Assassin's Creed that we came to redefine the concept of open worlds. We have invested a lot recently in strengthening and streamlining our two main engines, Anvil and Snowdrop, which will boost innovation in our pipelines and allow our creative teams to focus on making great games. These engines are a fundamental differentiating element that allows us to build innovative features that only Ubisoft games can offer. So as you can see, based on that, it seems like this game engine is here to stay, with new improvements that are coming its way. But is it worth it? Look, the video game industry is a fierce and hard industry to survive in, because it is constantly evolving with new technologies. I'm not denying that Anvil has its fair share of drawbacks right now. However, this tool managed to survive the test of time by constantly re-innovating itself throughout the years. And I would like to believe that it can do more, and to continue its long-lasting heritage in the field, but the thing is, only time can tell. I hope you guys found this video useful and informative. If you have something to add, please leave it in the comment section below. Also, if you are new, please subscribe to this channel to receive more videos like this. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.